Blessed Rising Soul Family. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, this is Soul Family Oracle. I deliver messages from the divine, the depth of our soul, our spirit guides, and our ancestors. And if you're returning, as always, thank you so much. I appreciate the energy and the support that I receive. Today's message says that you are gifted in the art of spelling. You are gifted in the art of spelling, and I'm speaking of spelling as in spell casting. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are gifted in the art of spell casting, spell work, but spell casting and spelling in the sense that the words that you use, like what comes out of your mouth. And this is a download that it's dated from 29th of March. And sometimes that's what happens. I receive downloads and then I write it down, but then the actual message doesn't come till a month later because I feel like sometimes certain messages are not ripe to be delivered, or maybe the timing is not aligned. I'm not sure, but this is giving me the energy of like something that is known, but it's like not needing to be perfected, but needing to be realized. Okay. So for whoever I'm speaking to, there's heavy energy of a writer. Whoever I'm speaking to, you could be a writer, or you could be a very talented writer, and this could be writing of any form. But also I'm hearing specifically poetry. Okay, so there's something about the way that you speak. There's something about the way that the words you choose. And I'm getting Shakespeare, right? And I feel like the reason why Shakespeare is coming up is because of how it's like I'm hearing stirring of emotions. It's like the words he uses, his phrases, the way they are constructed, there's emotion, right, in his readers, okay? And it gives them, it's like it puts something on their mind that allows them to go into a different space that activates something within them, right? It's almost like he gives them a window into, or like his writing opens the door to a different world for them. It's like the writing opens a door to a different world, right? Or like a different reality. Okay. And what was coming through specifically was that you were gifted in the art of spelling, as in spell casting, spell work. Not spell work, sorry, spell casting in the terms of spelling. Okay. And I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you guys are familiar with the word spell. Okay, as in S-P-E-L-L. The word spell to mean like a spell, like some kind of a magic or something, right? Now, the word spell is the same word that makes the word spelling. Okay, spelling is the art of using a spell or doing a spell, whereby spell in the actual, like, normal English is like the regular English is like spelling, as in like spelling something or putting letters together to make a word or to to create a meaning to a thing. Okay. But with this spelling I'm speaking about, it is the same thing, but it's like because of who you are when you do it, there's something that it comes with that is so much like, it's like there's this power that it comes with. Okay, and this is because this is something that you've done in different ways. So you may not have been exactly like a poet in the past life or in some incarnation, right? But you were some kind of a writer that maybe the writing that you did was to convince or was to persuade or was to change, just like, again, like Shakespeare with poetry. Okay, and what was coming through significantly was the Psalms. And what was coming through was like, whoever I'm speaking to, you're like, with this energy that I'm speaking of as like a spellcaster, okay, you are like one of those people that wrote the Psalms. The Psalms holds the energy that it holds, not just because of the time that it was from, or just because it's in the Bible. It is specifically because of the people that crafted the Psalms, okay, and the energy that it was crafted in. Now, I try to get a breakdown of the people that wrote the Psalms because I wanted to like really, and yeah, so I wanted to read this out for you guys. So it says, the book of Psalms was written by multiple authors over a long period of time, spanning several centuries. While King David is credited with writing most Psalms, which is 73 in total, other individuals like Asaph, the sons of Korah, Solomon, Moses, Ethan, and Heman also contributed. Additionally, some Psalms are also attributed to unknown authors. King David is considered the primary author contributing to 73 Psalms. 73 making 10. 10 could be significant for somebody. It's 6:19 on the time. That's 6 and 10. Going to 7. So 17 and 10. Okay. And it says Asaph, a Levite and chief singer, wrote 12 Psalms. Sons of Korah, a family of temple musicians, wrote 10 Psalms. Solomon, the third king of Israel and son of David, wrote 1 or 2 Psalms. Moses wrote Psalms 90. Ethan, the Ezrahite, and Heman, the Ezrahite, wrote 1 Psalm each. However, a significant portion of the Psalms, approximately 1/3, are attributed to unknown authors. Okay, so the reason why I felt the need to read this out is I wanted us to understand really what I mean by how whoever I'm speaking to is how you spell out things, or this energy that you have is the energy of the people that wrote the Psalms. Okay, so this is what I mean by the Psalms is very powerful, not just because it's in the Bible, but because of the people who wrote it and the intention behind it. Okay, and with David, for instance, it says, David wrote the Psalms individually as an individual warrior who records God's miraculous deliverance of him as he repeatedly saved him from what should have been certain disaster. Okay, and this is saying it's David's writing of the Psalms and his Psalms that he wrote was almost was a record of how many times he had been saved. So it was in a way in reverence to his God, and also as a way of documenting the various things that he had gone through and how he had been saved. And this is why the Psalms hold such powerful energy. It's not just the writing, it's not just the reverence, it's the intention behind it. The Psalms was part of it was written to acknowledge times of trial, times of tribulation. Again, like it was saying, times when he was literally at the brink of death. And this is why the Psalms is you can use the Psalm to bust down a lot of things. You understand? So it's whoever I'm speaking to, there's an energy within you that is I don't know, for some reason this could be fueled by different things, like when you're feeling down or when you're feeling sad or even when you're feeling happy or excited, right? And this is giving me that energy of when they say it's when an artist goes through some kind of a heartbreak or a tough period, and then they create a whole album that is a breakthrough album, or changes their whole life. You understand? Takes them to new height because the writing was channeled from a deeper place. Okay, and so it's with this spell crafting, it's taking that energy with intention and crafting it into something powerful that is meant to change somebody else's reality or bring some kind of whether solace or comfort or some type of energy to someone or to the listener. So I feel whoever I'm speaking to, there's a need for you to understand this energy or to know that this energy is within you, because there's a need for you to use it. It's almost I'm hearing you're sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on a gold mine. Whoever I'm speaking to, you're needing to channel this energy into whatever it is that you're doing creatively or creating or bringing out. Because whatever it is that you might be doing, this is something that is meant to not alter the reality or create illusions, but it's meant to help people. It's meant to, it's your writing or your work is meant to be a gateway to lead people into a more favorable reality. a more favorable reality. It's like your writing will be able to take people on a journey with you. It's like your writing or whether it's music, because another thing with the Psalms also, there's a lot of music in the Psalms. And like it was saying, where's that part? There's a lot of music in the Psalms. So somebody, you could be an artist, okay? Or you could be like a spoken word poet. But yeah, it says the sons of Korah were a family of temple musicians. Okay, so again, with this, it's like for some of you, this is like music. This could be music, and then the writing. It's like for some of you, you could just be songwriters also. Okay, but writing is very significant, but also music. So I feel like there's a need right now for whoever I'm speaking to start to channel this for the collective good. 1044 on the timer. But not just for the collective good, because it's like, it's something that is God-given and you should share it with the collective. It's also because you're meant to be benefiting from this. This is meant to be bringing you some form of abundance. And this abundance might not be in the sense 1101 on the timer. This abundance might not be in the sense like, you're supposed to be profiting from it, or like be writing books to sell, or be writing music to sell. No. It's going to come in a way where it's like what you put out creatively is going to be loved and sought after by so many, just like the Psalms, because people are going to find so many different uses for it. People are going to find so many different ways to use it, or it's going to bring so many different importance to people. Okay? All right. And the other thing that I wrote down was, your words hold the frequency of enlightenment, universal enlightenment. Your words hold the frequency of universal enlightenment. And this part, I'm going to be breaking it down with the Shamanic Healing Oracle card, 1203 on the timer, because I feel like there's more behind that part that we're going to need to know. So, all right. Let's get into the cards and see what we need to know about this energy. Another thing with the energy right now, 1222 on the timer. I hope you guys are doing well out there. I hope everybody's feeling good. The energy has been, I don't know. I'm still trying to find words to explain it, but just keep your energy protected, keep your energy shielded, keep your cleansing up, keep smudging yourself, keep protecting your energy, do your salt baths, listen to your frequency music, All right, what do we need to know about this energy, spirit? It says slow but steady, stripping illusions and anger. Slow but steady, stripping illusions and anger. Okay, so with the slow but steady, so with whoever this is for, we have divine timing under the deck. So with slow and steady and divine timing, I feel like whoever this is for, if this is something that you're already doing, if you're doing this already, so I could be speaking to somebody that's a songwriter or a musician. I could be speaking to somebody that's an author or a poet. Okay? If you're trying to put your work out there, or if you've been doing work to put out, there's a need for you to understand that divine timing is very important. Divine timing is all the alignment you need. And with a slow and steady, it's like there's a need for you to understand that it's not about just doing the work. It's not about just writing. So I don't know, 1414 on the timer, that leads to 55. I don't know if somebody, you've decided to give yourself some kind of task or a goal, like, maybe you want to write 100 poems before you publish, or you want to write 10 stories before you put something out. But it's something that is like with the illusions. It says stripping illusions. It's something that's you might be creating for yourself surrounding this gift that you have that might be unrealistic in the sense that it's not like you can't achieve it. you can achieve it, but it's an illusion. It's like it's unrealistic in the sense that it is not exactly that. You don't need that in order to start. What you might be thinking, like, oh, I want to do this in order to motivate myself. I want to push myself to write 100 stories or 100 poems before. You don't need to do that. You need to strip yourself of that illusion. Okay? And with the divine timing under the deck, it's like it doesn't matter if it's 10 stories you have or 10 poems you have. It doesn't matter if it's one poem you have or 1,000 poems you have. When the time is right, when the divine timing is in, when the alignment is reached, you will be acknowledged, even if it's just with one writing or one poem. Okay? So I feel like with the stripping illusions, this is speaking of you stripping illusions surrounding this gift, stripping illusions surrounding this. For somebody, you might be wondering, it's like, this keeps coming up a lot. It's like some of the collective not knowing or not wanting to dedicate energy or time or commit energy and time to their spiritual gift because they feel like that's not going to pay the bills, or like that is not going to lead them to what they need, or that's not going to put food on the table, something of the sort. Okay? And somebody's needing to release this mentality because it's like that there's infinite possibilities available to you whenever you step into the path of your purpose, because the path to your purpose is a co-creation that happens with you and the divine. So when you're walking in that path, that means you're walking in alignment with the divine. Okay? I'm going to pull one more card for anger. Okay. So with this anger, it's like for somebody, you're needing to channel the energy. You're needing to channel the energy where it's like if you get upset. So I feel like for somebody, there's something with anger issues. This thing about rage has been coming up, this rage that we're releasing. So I feel like with somebody, if there's something about rage or anger, you might need to sit down and write it out. Okay? So somebody might be being called to channel the energy into the writing. That's like I was saying, it's like, some of the artists, like they go through heartbreak and they channel that energy into their writing, and then they write some of the best music, the best stories, the best novels. Okay? Under the deck, we have burden. Yeah. So somebody, there's something about maybe fleeting anger. Okay, this might be becoming a burden or something that is being a burden to you, and you're being asked to channel it into the writing. You're being asked to put it into writing. Okay, so it's like your writing is like, maybe you're needing to understand also that your writing is an avenue for you to heal, for you to escape, is an outlet. Okay, so when things are bubbling down inside, or like things are like overwhelming you inside, or like too much to handle, you can use your writing as a way to deal with it. All right, what else, Spirit? We have duality, growth and feminine energy. Duality, growth and feminine energy. I feel like with this feminine energy is speaking of creation. This feminine energy is speaking of creation, and it's the image of the spiral goddess, the goddess with a spiral symbol. So with this energy of creation, it's like, it's not just about creation. Like, again, I was saying, somebody's probably like, you've given yourself some kind of task, like, I want to write 100 poems before I publish. I want to write. No, with this creation and the spiral, it's almost like there's a need for you to, I'm getting this energy of like, there's a need for you to push out what has been created and allow yourself to create more. So it's not just about creating. It's like, it's about creating and putting out your creation. Okay, and by putting out what you've already created, you're going to be inspired to create more. You're going to be giving the opening to create more that is much in a higher energy than what you've already created, instead of just creating and piling it up for someday. Okay, and so I feel like for somebody, you are creating a lot, or there's a lot inside you that you want to create. I feel like somebody has created a lot. I don't know, I'm getting this energy for somebody also, you've created a lot. but there's a need for you to put it out what you're creating. Okay, and there's something also about, I don't know, the Psalms is coming up again. For somebody, there's a need for you to write prayers, or somebody writes prayers. For somebody also, you write hymns, like hymns, hymns. That's like the hymns. So I don't know. This is a very ancient. This, I'm hearing there are not a lot of people still out here that do this. It's like there aren't a lot of people that still have the pure frequency that channel hymns. Okay, the people that channel hymns, there aren't a lot of those people left. This is a very sacred gift. This is a very sacred gift, because the hymns, they are meant to invoke certain energies, certain spirits, certain feelings, right? And that's why it's not everybody that has the ability to do this. So whoever I'm speaking to, this energy, like I'm getting with the hymns, there might be a need for you to be writing around these esoteric things. It's like there might be things that are coming to you that feel very old and esoteric. You are needing to write around these things. And some of the type of writings that might be coming to you might feel very odd because you haven't seen them anywhere else. That's exactly because you are the one that's meant to be doing it. Like the hymns, right? Whoever the first person was that created hymns, I don't think they did it because they knew there were other people that were doing it. Okay. 2111 on the timer. I feel like researching hymns. Let me find out about hymns. Or like who created hymns. Okay, so it says hymns or songs of praise have a long history with roots in various ancient cultures, including Egypt, India, and Greece. In the context of Christian hymnody, Isaac Watts is often called the father of English hymnody for his significant contributions to the genre. Okay, however, they have a long history from Egypt, India, and Greece. So this is something that goes way back. Okay, but apparently Isaac Watts is the one that became more recognized in it, and is known as the father of English hymnody, right? So this is like what I was saying. Well, he's not the first person, but this is giving me that energy of like being somebody that hones the energy on something that is old, something that people are not very familiar with, and becoming the person that is like very well known for it. Okay, so it says, for his significant contributions to the genre, he moved away from simply translating psalms and instead wrote original poetic hymns that focus on the New Testament and the person of Jesus Christ. So you see what I was saying? It says, he moved away from simply translating psalms and instead wrote original poetic hymns that focus on the New Testament. So this is what I was saying. For somebody, there's a need for you to, like hone in onto this energy by taking it a step further, by not just writing it out. For some of you, it's like with this hymnody, there's something about humming. This is like the third time it has come through in one of my readings. 23:32 on the timer. That's 5-5. Change is significant. 5-5 is significant in this reading. There's something about bringing about some kind of, it's like this energy, it's like you're being asked to tap into this energy and use it to the fullest. It's like you're being asked to experience the height of it, because there are other things that you are able to do. So for somebody, it's not just with the writing. You're a writer and a songwriter also. You're a writer and a singer also. Like for somebody, you're like a singer-songwriter. Okay? And then for somebody, you're not just a poet. Like you recite also. You're like a spoken word artist. You're not just a poet. You're a spoken word artist also. You get me? So it's like, and then also with the duality. Okay, with this card that says duality and growth. The growth came with duality. So that's exactly the energy right? It came with growth. So it's like that's the energy I'm getting. For some of you, it's not just about doing what you already know how to do, or just the writing, or just like basically it's about putting out what you're already doing and what allowing yourself to create new things. So it's like when you put out what you've already worked on or what you're already working on, now you can allow yourself to expand. Look at what you've created and create new things, create bigger things, create better things. Okay, so again, heavy emphasis on sharing what you've created so you can create more. Okay, sharing what you've created so you can create more. All right, what else? And I feel like with the growth also, somebody you've been, sorry guys, the line just went off. Somebody also, you've been doing this for a long time. Like you've been doing this for a long time, like you've been writing for a long time. But there's something about maybe not putting yourself out there, or you were needing to express yourself more authentically, right? In the sense that you might be just writing, but when it comes to you reciting your poems, it's a different energy. Okay, like people reading your poems and people listening to you read your poems is a different energy. Okay, for somebody, you might be just a songwriter, but you're actually a very gifted singer. But you might not want to like put yourself out there like that. For somebody, you might actually be just a writer, but you are very good at composing music. So you're thinking of like writing songs. Okay. And then for somebody, like I was saying, this is about prayer. For somebody, you write prayers. You have the gift to write prayers. Right? So it's like you're somebody that heals, and you heal through prayer. You heal through your words. So you're somebody that can use your words, the words that you create. It's like the intention behind what you're creating, what you're crafting. This is spell crafting. Okay, that's why it's saying you're gifted at the art of spell crafting. Spell crafting is like this is something that is crafted. It's like, again, like I was saying with music composition, it's in the way the words that you choose, and it's in where you're breaking, it's in where you are stretching, where you're delaying. It's like it's in the composition. It's a lot of different things. And I'm hearing producer. For somebody, you might be a producer, or somebody does something in production, or this is giving me the energy of production. It's like it's an intricate process that requires mastery. It's like it's a genius level kind of thing. You understand? So this is basically also saying like you're a genius at what you do. You are needing to become the genius that you are at what you do, because you are a genius at what you do, basically. Okay, so somebody, you're needing to realize this. You're needing to realize this. And this movie keeps coming up. I just watched it recently. 2727. That's 99. I think the title is just one of those days, or just another one of those days, something like that. It's Kiki Palmer and SZA. Yeah. So Kiki Palmer and SZA star this. They are the lead stars, and they star as best friends that live together. And SZA is a very talented artist who never shows her work. Okay, and she makes all these paintings and she just keeps them in the house, and she never shows them until one day, they're getting evicted and they have to make the rent. And on top of that, they get into trouble with like the neighborhood don't fuck around with guy, and then he wants to unalive them if they don't give him the money. So Kiki comes up with a last minute idea because somebody sees SZA's painting and she's like, this is really good, and wants to buy it, and just pays the money, the first amount that she offers. So she decides to set up a small kind of like yard sale to art show to sell her artwork. And she sells everything, so much so that she gets partners, and then she's giving the opportunity to showcase in an art gallery, and she starts to actually sell her paintings. So this is that energy I'm getting. It's like there's a need for you to share what you have already created, and I feel like in sharing what you've already created, you yourself are going to realize exactly how good you are, or exactly how powerful your work is. Okay, because your work is not for you. That's another thing. The work we do, it's not for us. Okay, it's for the people that they are meant for. It is the energy, the feeling that comes from when the people have received the work that we're meant to do. That is what is for us. That peace that comes with it, that fulfillment that comes with it, in knowing that you are walking in your purpose, and then you're doing something that is bringing light to somebody, or you're doing something that is what you're meant to do. That is what is for us. Almost like the aftermath is what's for us. It's like the whole process is not meant to be for us, but it's meant to be what contributes to what becomes for us, because that's the ultimate. The end goal is the ultimate. Okay. So yeah. Okay. What else, Spirit? Yeah, and then with the sharing also, then you will know where you need to grow more, where you need to do better, where you need to maybe put more effort into. But this is going to highlight things to you that you yourself may not have realized. Okay. And the other thing is like 3007, that's 10 again. 10 is significant. And also, and the other thing is like sometimes we need to be able to see ourselves from other people's eyes. It's like sometimes we need to be able to experience ourselves in the way that other people experience us, or in the way that other people see us. Okay? All right. What else do we need to know, Spirit? I'm hearing prayer book. So I don't know if somebody is being called to write a prayer book, or like a book of prayers, something like the book of Psalms. So I don't know if somebody is being called to write a prayer book. Okay. All right. So here we have emotional release. Can I get one more card for emotional release, Spirit? Okay. Ascension. Wow. Emotional release came with ascension. So like I was saying, for some of you, this is going to be a way of releasing emotion. Wow. We have healing energy under the deck. I'm going to put that on top. We have healing energy under the deck. For some of you, this is a form of healing. Your work is a healing energy. Your work holds healing energy, not just for the collective, but also for you. So for whoever you are, it's like your music heals, your voice heals, your writing heals. You understand? So with this healing energy, ascension and emotional release, I feel like it's like this is almost giving me that energy again when somebody going through a heartbreak. So if this is some kind of emotional turmoil that you might be facing or going through, there's a need to channel that and put that into writing. And this is going to help you with an emotional release that is going to help others also. Okay, so it's like the way in which you channel to release these emotions or to sort these out by what? Whether writing them out or using them in a way that is like helps you to craft something through your words. This is going to be something that heals you and heals others also. And with the ascension and healing energy, this is something that is going to help you ascend also. So I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of emotional energy that you are needing to release by writing. For some of you, you're needing to journal also. Some of you, you're needing to journal. Some also, you're needing to like get like an actual book and write. Like it's like write your emotions into music, write your emotions into poetry. So if you're a poet, when you're going through the emotions, take out your pen and your paper and write. If you're an artist, when you're feeling those things, make it into music, channel it. If you are a prayer warrior, when you're feeling those energies, put out those words into prayer. Okay, put out those words into prayer. Bless it with your heka and make it into something that for the collective, into a prayer. These things, it's like just you doing it is activating it. It's like puts power and energy behind it. Okay. Wow. What else, Spirit? Wow, we have transformation. Transformation in sexual energy. This is sacral chakra energy. Exactly. That's the same place where your creativity lies. So for somebody, there's a need to do a sacral chakra cleanse. For somebody, there's a need to do a sacral chakra cleanse. Right? You can do that with a carnelian. Okay, so you put a carnelian on your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is around your belly button, your abdomen. Okay, and then you can use sacral chakra tuning music, sacral, if you feel it's a blockage, sacral chakra clearing, to clear out. And if you're trying to tune, to align, you use like a sacral chakra activation or tuning music. So the chakra cleansing frequency music or binaural beats are different from the chakra tuning and activation. Right? But before you do a chakra tuning or a chakra activation, you should do a chakra cleanse first before you tune and activate. Okay, so I feel like with this sexual energy, it's like for some of you, there's some kind of like blockage. Okay, and I feel like for some of you also, somebody might be needing to masturbate. Okay, that's another way to like keep your creative juices flowing, or to like release sexual tension in your in your sacral, tension in your sacral through masturbation. Okay, and this has to be done in a very sacred way. I say masturbation in a very sacred way, like it's not something that, first of all, it's not something that you do with external stimulation. Okay, it's not something you do with external stimulation, like, being drunk, or like being high, or like watching porn, or fantasizing about somebody. No, that's not how it's done, right? When you're trying to masturbate for the purpose of sex, of sexual, of sex energy, to tune your energy, or for spiritual work, okay, it's something that you have to do from a place of sacred intention. You understand? So that whole process with you, that whole process of like that sex magic with yourself from beginning to finish, has to be connected with the element of your sacred union with yourself, of your sacredhood with yourself. Okay, so no external energies or stimulation like porn. Porn is a low vibrational stimulation. Okay, and it's not all of those things are from a very safe space. Like, I don't watch porn, but not like I never have. I used to many years ago, but I don't anymore. I don't even remember the last time that was. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, there's some kind of blockage in the sacral, and with this sexual energy and transformation, there's a need for that to, it's like there's a need for you to go through some kind of transformation. Okay, for somebody also, you might be celibate, and if you're celibate, that's fine. As a matter of fact, being celibate increases your energy, increases your spiritual force, your spiritual fortitude and power. Okay, but when it comes to this thing about the creative energy and the creative juices that I'm saying, you can't use sex magic through masturbation to stimulate this. Okay, now, as always, like I say, take this message how it resonates. If this part doesn't resonate for you, don't try to make it yours, please. All right. Okay, what else, Spirit? Wow, the burden is back again, and under the deck we have new beginnings. New beginnings with burden coming out. So for somebody, I don't know if you're feeling overburdened by things, or just emotions of what you want to do, or how you want to do this, or put it out. There's a need for you to allow yourself to step into this new beginning. Oh my goodness, wow, guys. And under new beginning, we have creativity. Under new beginning, we have creativity. I'm telling you, and it's 37:37 on the timer. 10:10 again. 10:10 is very significant to this reading. It's time. Whoever I'm speaking to, it's time. You are a very powerful spellcaster. You are a very powerful alchemist. Your words, the way you craft words, you make phrases in a way that conjures things. Like, you invoke power with your words, your magic. This is not just about your Heka. This is not just about your Heka power. This is about you and the ability to write. It's like the way you craft and put things out. Okay, it's meant to be to the understanding of the spirit, to the understanding of the soul. Like, it's meant to stimulate the soul and the spirit. That's the kind of writing that you do. You understand? With this burden and new beginning and creativity, it's like there's a need for you to drop the burden. And 10:10 has been coming up so many times. It's like, it's time. It's time. So if this is your work, I'm seeing like somebody with like a whole bookload of writings that nobody has ever seen. It's time to share your work. You understand? As a matter of fact, like, I keep going on about this, and I myself, I've been fighting with myself about why I'm not writing. Well, not like not writing as much. I am writing a lot. I write quite much. I have a lot of stuff that I don't consider to be mine anymore, because they are not aligned with me anymore. And ever since I started to channel my creative writing into spirituality, I write more spiritual content, but I still like to keep it very light and down to earth. But I find it difficult. Not like I find it difficult to. It's like I keep giving myself excuses why I'm not ready to share my work, or why I'm not ready to share my writing, or why I'm not ready to like be a writer again, really. And it's all just a bunch of excuses. So I feel like, so yeah, it's all a bunch of excuses. So yeah, this is something that again I'm needing to do also. Okay. And with the creativity under the deck, it's like you just, there's like somebody's needing to understand, like, creativity is not something, there's no blueprint to creativity. There's no blueprint to creativity. Put it out as you feel called to. Put it out as you feel led to. Okay. And then ancient wisdom flipped out whilst I was speaking. So with ancient wisdom, for some of you, with the writing, the spell casting, this energy, what you're going to write, you're going to be channeling ancient wisdom in your music, in your writing, in your poetry. Okay, there's ancient wisdom within you that is like needing to come up. For some of you, it's just writing, specifically writing on spirituality. Okay, and I'm getting the energy of a scribe. Somebody was a scribe in ancient Egypt. This has been coming up a lot. The energy of scribes from ancient Egypt has been coming up a lot. Okay. Wow. And I feel like we're about to end this 4044 on the timer and 6:55 a.m. Oops. Retreat. Wow. And creativity is back under the deck. So for some of you, somebody might be needing to go away. I don't know if somebody is needing to go on a retreat to like, I don't know, to like maybe quiet your mind, or like maybe somebody's needing to go away in order to really like allow yourself to plan. Maybe not even go away. This retreat could just be you retreating in a corner nook with a book and your journal. Okay. This could be you going for a walk in the park. This could be you going away for the weekend, going somewhere into the woods, or just going somewhere by the ocean. But I feel like somebody is needing to like just like kind of like give themselves a retreat. 41 on the timer. That goes to 5, and that's 10 again. Okay, so I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, there's a need to be gentle with yourself also. Like, allow yourself some time to just like really look and maybe just decide how you want to put out what you want to put out, or just maybe reflect on the things that are on your mind, on your heart, and put them into writing. Okay, whether it's that's coming out as a song, as a poem, as music, as a prayer book keeps coming up. So I don't know if somebody is trying to write a prayer book, or for somebody you're trying to write a prayer book. This could also be some kind of like affirmation book, but in the form of a prayer. So this could be something that people read out as a form of prayer. Again, like I was saying, like the book of Psalms. Okay. All right. Wow. Under the deck, we have movement into balance. So this is the reason why this retreat might be important for somebody. You're needing to go or get some kind of retreat because there's balance that is needed. So for somebody, you might not be having a lot of clarity in terms of like how you want to move forward in this new beginning, or how you want to present yourself as a writer, or as a poet, or as a spellcaster, as a magician, alchemist, however you want to put it, right? For some of you, this could just be you wanting to be a content creator for spirituality, just like creating content around spirituality. And you're thinking of how to put it out, or best way to like, kind of like introduce it to your audience, or however it is. Somebody, you're needing to just like have a little retreat, or just like sit down in quiet, just with your pen and paper, and just free flow. Okay. And ask your spirit team, ask your spirit guides, because you're not doing this alone. This is a co-creation with spirit. Okay, so ask for guidance. Wow. And we have divine timing under the deck with omens. Divine timing under the deck with omens. So again, divine timing is all that is needed. And I feel like that divine timing is a reason why somebody is being called to step up and to put out this thing that is in you. You are a spellcaster. The things that you write, the way you speak, the phrases that you create, the poetry, the music, even sound, like the beat, there's something about it, the way you do it, that comes from an ancient place. It comes from a deeper place. And this is coming with ancient wisdom. 4422 on the timer. The things that you're going to be writing about, or have within you to write about, It's going to activate people. It's going to unlock things within people. And the world needs you. Okay? As always, please listen with discernment. Take only what resonates and leave what doesn't. And actually, before I forget, I've been missing to tell you guys. So we are almost at the end of July. Sorry, we're almost at the end of the month of August, which means that if your birthday is in August, this is your chance to put in your birthday. So in order to, basically stand a chance to win a free reading with me. Let me take that again. I am taking the birthday, the date for interested people for the month of August, for anyone who would like to win a free reading with me. So you can just simply comment your date of birth, or you can send it to my email, whether soulfamilyoracle@gmail.com or mysticlotus@gmail.com, in order to stand a chance to win a free reading. And for everybody that won for the month of July, I haven't done some of the readings yet. It's been a back-to-back, and I am going to be finishing all those this week. So, yeah, congratulations again. And if you didn't already reach out about how to schedule your reading, please do that. The readings are done on WhatsApp. So please have a WhatsApp messenger available on your phone in order to get the reading done. And as always, thank you guys so much. If the reading resonates with you, please like, share, subscribe to help us reach even more of our soul tribe. Have a blessed day, guys.